Extreme Sports. We made it to a Friday. It's the 14th day of August for 2026. Mike, Will, Tyson, and Bronick up and Adam here this morning. We've got all of your news, weather, and sports that you need to get out the door here this morning. Nebraska's Owen Chambliss has been named to the watch list for the Butkus Award, given each year to the nation's top college linebacker. The Nebraska volleyball team getting ready to hold their red-white scrimmage coming up on Sunday at Pinnacle Bank Arena. We're going to be hearing from Nebraska volleyball coach Danny Busboom Kelly on the show here today. Hastings College volleyball team will hold their crimson and white scrimmage on Saturday at Lynn Farrell Arena as the Broncos get ready for their 2026 season opener next Friday at the Siouxland Invitational in Sioux City. Nebraska Kearney graduate running back Isaiah Harris has been named to the Elite 100 watch list for D2Football.com. Legion Baseball, Lincoln East Carpetland, opening up play in the American Legion World Series down in Shelby, North Carolina yesterday. We'll tell you how they did. NFL preseason football last night, and a whole lot more coming up on the show here today as we welcome in Tyson and Vronick from the Western Studios. Good morning.
I'm not ready. There we go. Good morning. Sorry, I was still pushing buttons behind the scenes here. For whatever reason, my computer wants to have a Monday on a Friday. So I don't know if it's the weather. A lot of times, when the weather changes, kids start acting up or things start acting up. But computer's just running a little slow today. But we're here, and we're ready for a good Friday show. Like you mentioned, lots to get to, lots on the plate with Husker volleyball and ponies. Haven't talked to Jim in a hot minute, so we'll get caught up on everything we've missed in the Nebraska Thoroughbred Racing Network scene and get set for a weekend ahead. Kool-Aid Days weekend for all those who partake and celebrate, also coinciding with the Oregon Trail Rodeo, so we'll be hearing a little bit on that in the news break. And yeah, getting forward to my last weekend of quote-unquote freedom before the next 9 months.
You're back to school. You're back to school on Monday. So, yeah, hopefully the weather cooperates with the Kool-Aid Days and the Oregon Trail Rodeo this weekend. We've had some storms overnight, and right out of the bat, you say, God, what's going on with the weather? It woke me up overnight. Yeah, we were under a severe thunderstorm warning for a while in Hastings and Grand Island, I think around 2:30 or something this morning. I don't know how much rain we actually got out of the thing, but the rain is continuing this morning, and we're going to have a chance of rain throughout the day and on into the weekend. So Tim will have an update on that coming up at 7:30 this morning. Anyway, I want to lead off with NFL preseason football.
Okay.
We made some selections yesterday as we kind of got into the groove of things for our Blazing Five, which we're going to have again this year. We come up with we picked the winners. We thought we picked the winners.
We had pick six.
Yeah, we had to pick six yesterday because we had 6 preseason football games.
Okay.
And we picked them against the spread. I went 2-3-1, so you must have went 3-2-1 because we just picked opposite.
We did.
Just because we had to have something to talk about. So I went 2-3-1. You went 3-2-1, picking against the spread in NFL football from last night. Cincinnati beat Detroit 16-14 as a 7-point favorite. Green Bay lost to Pittsburgh 28-9 as a 2.5-point favorite. Green Bay was the favorite there, so they lost to Pittsburgh 28-9. Indianapolis and New England. New England was favored by 2.5 points. They fought to a 13-13 tie last night.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see what else we had. The Los Angeles Chargers and Houston. Houston was favored by 1.5 points there. The Chargers won 27-7. Arizona beat the Los Angeles Raiders last night 27-14. Raiders were favored by 2.5. And then the Tennessee favored by 6 over San Francisco. 19-13. Final
was your
score,
push.
Tennessee. Yeah, that was a push. So
That was your push.
I went 2-3-1. You went 3-2-1. In our first picks of 2026.
God, that feels dirty.
Yeah, it's
Detroit, Pittsburgh, and New England were my first three winners of the campaign. Ouch.
Yeah, you won on.
I won the early games. You won the late
early
games.
and I won the late games.
And then we split the nightcap.
That nightcap. So
Oh,
there's
wow.
3 NFL preseason games tonight. Tampa Bay playing the Jets. Jets are a 5.5-point favorite.
Ugh.
Yeah, when
How?
was the last time the Jets were favored in a game?
Gross.
God, 5.5 over Tampa Bay. They must know something about Tampa Bay. Like,
Is Tampa Bay just bringing the practice squad?
Yeah, they could be. And Miami is playing at Washington tonight. Miami is favored by 3.5. And Denver open up their preseason schedule. They will be in Atlanta to take on the Falcons, and the Broncos are 3.5-point favorites tonight. So,
Speaking of the Commanders,
yeah,
did you see the Jaden Daniels news?
more
That he will
news
no
from Jaden
longer
Daniels.
pursue.
Oh, he's not going to pursue the
Yeah, he's not going to pursue it.
because that Pickett guy, the sophomore quarterback, said he was not going to give up the number 5, and he didn't give a crap what Jaden Daniels said.
Pretty sure that's what I saw.
Yeah. So anyway, Pickett said he's not going to give up the number 5 jersey that Jaden Daniels wore at LSU that
Right.
he thought that nobody should wear ever again, although the jersey was not retired. He thought no one should wear his jersey because of what he did at LSU. But Pickett says, screw you, I'm going to wear number 5. So
His cease and desist order still exists, so
it's still in existence.
it's still in existence.
He's,
But LSU doesn't give a damn, so.
no. Let's see some news and notes as you wake up with us here this morning on this Friday. We'll talk Major League Baseball first of all. Dodgers Stadium crowd of 46,105
Oh, that's our lead?
serenaded closer Edwin Diaz with a loud chorus of boos last night as he walked off of the mound. He inherited a 2-run ninth-inning lead against the first-place Milwaukee Brewers and then watched it evaporate. The Dodgers eventually lost to the Brew Crew last night by a score of 5-4. Diaz has now blown 3 saves in his past 4 appearances. His ERA, 14 appearances into his $69 million contract, is at 11.57. That's not good if you're a closer and your ERA is at 11.57 and you just signed a $69 million contract. Despite all of that, the Dodgers say they are keeping Diaz as the closer. So Edwin Diaz having a tough time in the ball game last night.
And LA has options, too. Like, it's not like that bullpen is empty in Los Angeles. They could easily turn it over to 2 or 3 names that pop up. Alex Faceta to be one. He was the closer in waiting while Diaz was started off the season on the IL. Yeah, this is going to be one of those that you look back and there was a brief flash with the Timmy Trumpet intro, and he had maybe a good couple months with the New York Mets, and that got the attention, and he became the most sought-after closer, and you come back after surgery, he has not been the same after coming off the disabled or the injured list, and just mechanically all over the place. Wild. And now what do? You're paying $67 million. You're not going to pay $67 million to keep this guy on the bench. Send him down.
No, I think you just let him hang for the next couple of games and see what happens.
Fans have every right to boo.
Yeah, but he's just on a bad 4-game stretch right now. See if he
Got
can
the
battle
yips.
out of it. So,
Got the yips.
Field of Dreams game last night
That's fun.
in Iowa. Did you watch it?
I watched the highlights because I was working last night.
Philadelphia was able to beat the Chicago Cubs. What was it, 7-1?
Swore bombs into the corn.
Yeah, Kyle Schwarber had a couple of home runs into the cornfield.
Apparently, it was really windy. Because if you look back at the last time they did the Field of Dreams game, that's a short field. And they were just smoking them all into the cornfield. I mean, I think there was it was a home run derby when the Yankees and the White Sox got together between Aaron Judge and Tim Anderson with the iconic walk-off homer. But the wind, the Midwest wind was howling, and it was howling in, and so there was very few home runs. I think maybe 3. And then one, the other Kyle Schwarber home run probably shouldn't have been caught, but it bounced off the glove and then went over the fence. That was embarrassing.
Yeah, that's the one I saw in the highlights this morning.
Howling winds.
So 7-1, the Phillies beat the Minnesota Twins. I think it said Chicago first of all, but the Phillies beat the Minnesota Twins last night in the Field of Dreams game, 7-1. Big win for the Phillies. They moved a half a game ahead of idle Arizona into third and the final wild card spot for the National League playoffs. So despite all the pomp and circumstance around the Field of Dreams game, that was a big win for Philadelphia last night.
Sure.
I don't know if the highlights showed it, but they brought on 26 members of the Hall of Fame during the pregame ceremonies, emerging from the cornfield just outside the stadium, just like the movie.
If you build it, they will come.
Mike Schmidt and Joe Mauer. Mauer, the catcher for the Twins, and Schmidt, the third baseman for the Phillies, received the loudest cheers, as you might expect. 8,000 people were on hand in that newly constructed ballpark in northeast Iowa. So, yeah, the Field of Dreams, that's kind of a neat deal that they have done here the past couple of years. So 7-1 win last night for the Phillies over the Minnesota Twins. Let's see, what else is going on? We talked about the NFL. Fernando Mendoza, he played last night for the Las Vegas Raiders. He made his debut for the Raiders. He completed 10 of 16 passes, 97 yards and a touchdown during 4 drives that he engineered the Raiders offense last night. He is the first number 1 pick to throw a touchdown pass in his preseason debut since Baker Mayfield in 2018. So Fernando Mendoza's career is off and rolling out in Vegas. 10 of 16, 97 yards, a touchdown. A so-so night, I would expect, but I don't think he did anything stupid. And that's what you got to do. Don't go out and do some things stupid. If they're paying you all the money and you're the number 1 draft pick. Kirk Cousins, he engineered the first drive and completed 5 of 6 passes. He got a touchdown, and they yanked him out. And the coach said afterwards that Kirk Cousins is still instilled as the number 1 quarterback, so it's his job to lose during the preseason. So the Vegas Raiders and Fernando Mendoza's career is off and rolling. Let's see, the Chicago Bears are thinking about building a new stadium in Illinois.
Well,
actually, it's going to be.
I don't think it's going to happen, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it's going to happen.
Yeah, there's no
It's going to be just across the state line. It's going to be over in Indiana, in Hammond, Indiana.
Mm-hmm.
But during his annual address at training camp, the Bears chairman, George H. McCaskey, said the team will not be renamed the Hammond Bears.
Duh.
If they break ground on a fixed-roof stadium some 30 minutes southeast of Soldier Field. So even though they won't be in Chicago, they're going to be 30 minutes southeast of Soldier Field where they've been playing their games forever. They're not going to be renamed the Hammond Bears. So if you're a Bears fan,
breathe easy.
Yeah, breathe easy. You don't have to get rid of your attire.
That would have sounded so stupid.
The Hammond Bears, that'd be tough to get used to, wouldn't it? The Bears' lease on Soldier Field is going to run through 2033, and it's expected that the Bears will build the stadium over in Hammond, Indiana, here coming up real soon. But they're still going to be called the Chicago Bears. That's good news. And here's a follow-up to the story that we talked about earlier this summer. Remember when quarterback Terrion Arnold, the Detroit Lions quarterback, got into some legal problems, and I thought he was going to go out and seek another team to play, and I thought there's not a snowball's chance in hell that someone would pick him up with all the legal problems that he is facing. Well, guess what? Mm-hmm. The snowball's chance in hell came about because quarterback Terrion Arnold is about ready to sign a deal with the Seattle Seahawks. It's going to be a one-year deal. Arnold, who is 23, is facing 8 felony charges stemming from a kidnapping and robbery in Tampa, Florida, back in February. He was arrested in Hillsborough County in June after turning himself in, and he was released the following week by the Lions, who drafted him in the first round in 2024. A day before the Lions cut him, Arnold was released from custody after posting $1 million bond. No trial date has been set yet. His next scheduled court date is a deposition hearing that is scheduled for October the 5th. So Terrion Arnold, who is in a lot of trouble with 8 felony charges, evidently he's going to sign real soon with the Seattle Seahawks on a one-year deal. So those are some of the things that's going on in the sports world that you may have missed. An NBA note here this morning. Free agent guard Bradley Beal has agreed to a 2-year, $13.2 million contract to return to the Los Angeles Clippers. The deal includes a player option in the second season. After declining a $5.6 million player option, Beal sifted through possibilities over the past month in free agency, including interest from the Miami Heat before deciding to rejoin the Clippers. So maybe the grass wasn't greener on the other side of the fence. Maybe the grass on the other side of the fence had weeds and dandelions. And Bradley Beal has decided to return to the Los Angeles Clippers. He signed with the Clippers last summer, but played in only 6 games after suffering a fracture in his left hip that required season-ending surgery. He averaged career lows of 8.2 points and 20.2 minutes per game while shooting 36.8% from three-point territory. But Bradley Beal is staying put with the Los Angeles Clippers. 7:18, waking up with Mike and Tyson this morning. This is Huddle Up on Extreme Sports. I don't mean to steal the show away from you here this morning, but, God, there's a lot of news and notes I want to get to.
See, Little League Baseball continues to go strong, and I don't want to talk about the results or anything like that. I just want to talk about an observation. Yeah. Because we mentioned like this whole youth sports thing before, and we've brought in some experts that have wrote theses on youth sports, and just the level of things that are starting to stay in the game, and you're starting to see it like on the national level, and then they're getting more attention. Obviously, this stuff probably exists and goes on in the game, but it just gets so much more attention because they're focusing on all of the regional sites, very much like they do for the College World Series. And while I don't think that Little Johnny should be getting near as much of national attention as Little Johnny is, I think ESPN's really bored. It's cool that we're doing this all, but it only enhances the psychotic behavior of some of these parents. Irregardless, a coach got ejected yesterday in a Little League baseball game. In a Little League baseball game, coach gets ejected as he gets hot with the umpire. And while that happens, you're also, you've got a microphone. and you know the camera's on you, and they hot mic all the coaches because of all the inspirational shit that they say to all the kids in the pregame huddle, or when somebody throws 4 walks in a row and gets relieved and is crying, and the coach consoles them, and it really creates this nice social media moment. Well, yesterday one was ugly because he got into a verbal altercation with the home plate umpire, and that looked gross. And then you had the whole situation in Tulsa with trying to sneak an ineligible player on your team, and it's just like all of this stuff is only validation for all of the things that we have been talking about in regards to youth sports and just letting the kids have fun. And you got adults that are stating it. It's not the kids' fault. Kids just want to go out there and have fun and be with their buddies, right? But you got adults and parents that are trying to cheat to get their kids winning opportunities. And if you got to do that, you're missing the entire intention of youth sports entirely. So I just wanted to stand on my soapbox for a minute and 15 seconds.
What was you mentioned Tulsa, something happened in Tulsa when they tried to sneak an ineligible player onto the team?
Yeah. And then, so the Little League Baseball Committee, they said, you're ineligible. That's a forfeit loss. You won't be playing at Williamsport. Then Tulsa turned around and sued Little League Baseball. Yeah. And then the judge ended up dismissing the lawsuit. So that whole weekend was up in the air, and kids shouldn't have to deal with that shit. They shouldn't have to deal with that mess. Will we play? Won't we play? Should we celebrate? Won't we celebrate? We celebrated. Now it got ripped away from us because our dad decided to bring in an eligible player and give us a 14-year-old to give us a better chance to win. Like that sucks. Explain that to the 11 kids that just thought they were going to Williamsport, but you decided to be an ass and cheat. Tell me how you can honestly tell those kids that was your decision. And then tell me you should still be involved with youth sports.
You are on a soapbox. Well,
I'm sick and tired of it.
But I get your point. Where do you draw the line? You gotta let the kids have fun. It's not all about winning when you're down there. When you're 10,
this is about 11, development,
12 years old, 13. Yeah, we've talked about that a lot on this show with Tim and a couple other people. So, anyway, thanks for your thoughts.
Just a fire.
Yeah, if you want to join us here today, you can on the Hamilton Telecommunications fan line at 402-834-1330, 402-834-1330. If you'd like to leave us a message on our social media sites, we're monitoring those comments as well. Again, we got Jim Slacker coming up here shortly from the Nebraska Thoroughbred Racing Network. Going to be talking about the ponies up in Columbus. We've also got a lot to hear from Danny Busboom Kelly. She is the Nebraska volleyball coach. Huskers getting ready for the start of their season. They've got the red-white scrimmage coming up here this Sunday at Pinnacle Bank Arena. So all that and more is yet to come. It is 7:23 now on Extreme Sports.
It's time for a morning news break on Extreme Sports.
Kool-Aid Days returns to Hastings this weekend, celebrating the city's claim as the birthplace of the iconic drink. Festival running today through Sunday with events at the Adams County Fairgrounds, Hastings Museum, and Hastings Lake. The annual parade steps off downtown Saturday morning at 10, followed by games, contests, food, and plenty of Kool-Aid. The year's theme, Rockin' Black Cherry. The celebration continues through Sunday with a 5K and cardboard boat races among the favorite weekend activities. The Oregon Trail Rodeo is held in conjunction with Kool-Aid Days in Hastings this weekend. 3 nights of professional rodeo action at the fairgrounds. The sanctioned event runs Friday through Sunday with performances beginning at 7 each night. Fans can watch cowboys and cowgirls compete in events including bull riding, barrel racing, tie-down, and team roping. This year's rodeo also features major arena upgrades including new bucking chutes, larger livestock holding pens, and new roping boxes. So, Mike, don't say there's nothing to do in Hastings this weekend. 7:25.
Plenty. Anyway, sports today is brought to you by Bamboo Mind and Body Spa of Hastings and Blue Hill. Whether you're an athlete or just feeling sore, Bamboo Mind and Body Spa has a personalized wellness plan designed just for you. Nebraska's Owen Chambliss has been named to the watch list for the Butkus Award, given each year to the nation's top college linebacker. Chambliss came to Nebraska from San Diego State during the offseason. He led the Aztecs last year with 110 tackles, 9.5 tackles for loss, and 4 quarterback sacks. Semifinalists for the 2026 Butkus Award will be announced on October the 28th, finalists on November 20th, and the winner will be revealed during the week of December the 7th. The Nebraska volleyball team will hold their red-white scrimmage on Sunday at Pinnacle Bank Arena. First serve will be at 3. Huskers open the season on August the 27th against Florida in the Spikes Under the Lights Volleyball Showcase in Arlington, Texas. Hastings College volleyball team will hold their crimson and white scrimmage on Saturday at Lynn Farrell Arena. First serve will be at 4 o'clock. Broncos open the season next Friday at the Siouxland Invitational in Sioux City against Viterbo and Haskell. Nebraska Kearney graduate running back Isaiah Harris has made the Elite 100 watch list for D2Football.com. Harris was averaging 140 yards per game and 7.8 yards per carry when he suffered a season-ending injury in the 5th game of the 2025 season. And Lincoln East Carpetland opened the American Legion World Series with a 4-2 win over Fairfield of California yesterday. In Shelby, North Carolina, East will play Tupelo of Mississippi on Saturday at 3 before facing White House of New Jersey on Sunday at 1 in the final game of pool play. That's a check in your sports headlines at 7:27 on Extreme Sports.
It's time for a morning weather update on Extreme Sports with Chief Meteorologist Tim Jones.
We start off Friday morning with a few ongoing showers and thunderstorms. Other than that, we'll clear out throughout the late morning hours and get to partly sunny skies with a high of 85. Friday night, we bring in more chances for storms. There is a marginal risk, 1 out of 5 on the threat scale. Large hail damaging winds will be the threat once again, an overnight low of 68. 86 on Saturday, more chances for storms, another marginal risk Saturday into Saturday night. 65 Saturday night and Sunday, a high of 80.
As you wake up, get going. We've got some showers, some thunderstorms in the area this morning. It's 69 in Hastings at Extreme Sports.
Start your engines, Hastings. It's time for fast, loud Friday nights at Cam Raceway. Cam Raceway is located just east of Hastings on J Street. Catch the adrenaline-pumping action every Friday night through August. Watch stock non-wing micros, restricted micros, junior sprints, cage karts, and more tear up Nebraska's fastest 8-mile dirt track. Gates open at 7. Racing roars to life at 8. Only $10 to get in, and kids 12 and under are free with a paying adult. Cam Raceway, where speed meets dirt and Friday nights come alive. Don't miss it.
Accessible and affordable holistic care is just around the corner at Bamboo Spa and Wellness Center. Located at 208 South Burlington Avenue, Suite 101 in Hastings. At Bamboo Spa, we offer a range of therapies to help you unwind and recharge. Experience soothing massages, rejuvenating head spa scalp treatments, and our Advanced Glow 2 facials. Discover the healing power of ozone therapy and frequency healing. Become a member for exclusive 24-hour access to our therapeutic amenities, including the infrared sauna, hydro massage, and cryo lounge. Members enjoy 20% off all services and 10% off products in our non-toxic retail shop. Visit our Facebook page to learn more and book your appointment today. Bamboo Spa and Wellness Center, truly holistic care, designed for you.
I'm John Butler, funeral director and owner at Livingston Butler Vollen Funeral Home and Cremation Center in Hastings.
And I'm Nikki Butler, the advanced funeral planning specialist. Whether you choose a traditional service, cremation, or a unique memorial service, our experienced staff is here to help guide you through every step. Visit us at lbvfh.com to learn more about our services and how we can support you.
Livingston Butler Rollins Funeral Home and Cremation Center. We are here when your need is greatest.
Hamilton has been providing IT solutions for businesses across the state of Nebraska for more than 3 decades. We know that Nebraska businesses are a driving force of support for the communities in which we live and work. We keep them connected and protected by delivering cybersecurity, hosted phones, and managed IT. We are grateful to be part of our Nebraska communities and to support their technology needs.
More information at Hamilton.
Get ready for the ultimate trivia experience with Extreme Sports Trivia. Play from anywhere at home, on the go, or at your favorite bar or restaurant. Compete live against players from all over in real time, answering questions across categories like sports, pop culture, Marvel, and more. Want to see how you stack up? Track your progress with live leaderboards and aim for the top spot. It's free, fun, and super easy to play. So what are you waiting for? Sign up today at extremesports.com trivia and start playing now. And keep an eye out. We're coming soon to a bar or restaurant near you.
All right, Mike Will, Tyson and Vronic with you. It's Huddle Up on Extreme Sports for this Friday. Thanks for joining us again, whether you're listening online at our website, x-streamsports.com, on your smartphone with our free mobile app, your smart speaker, Roku TV, Facebook Live, YouTube, Twitch. We're everywhere, everywhere that you need to be. Thanks for joining us on this Friday. And it is Friday. You know what that means. It's time to talk ponies here this morning.
They're moving in the gate.
Kentucky Derby, and Barbaro is running away. It's Edgar Prado aboard, and Barbaro is going to win this Derby by 6 lengths. Blue Best had second. From far back, Steppenwolf came on to be third.
All right, every Friday we like to bring on Jim Slacker from the Nebraska Thoroughbred Racing Network to talk ponies with us. Jimmy, good morning.
Morning, guys. Beautiful weekend out here.
I don't know what the weather is doing out at your place, but we've got rain here in central Nebraska, but that's all right. Much needed rain. Anyway,
we'll take the rain. The farmers need it, and if we got to put up with a little off track, we're going to do it. We really need this rain.
All right, we missed talking to you yesterday. We were off last Friday, but what the heck's been going on in the horse racing scene that we have missed here in the last week or so?
Oh, I'll tell you what, if you missed the Whitney last weekend out of Saratoga, you missed one of the best races that we'll see in a long time. It pitted some of the best horses in the nation with White Barrio Bieza. Last year's Philly champion Nitrogen took on the boys. We've seen Magnitude, which had made over $11 million this year. That was one heck of a race. The Philly runner eyeballs out just to run second. And the winner was Sovereignty, which was last year's Horse of the Year, coming from off the pace. That was one of the most exciting races that we're going to see leading up to the Breeders' Cup, where a lot of those horses will be right back in there and facing Golden Tempo, the Derby winner, and Forever Young, last year's reigning Horse of the Year as far as on the national or world scene. And that was just fantastic. And so now we got to get back and watch some Nebraska racing. There's some very good racing this week coming up here at Columbus.
And some very good racing coming up in Columbus, really starting Friday. This card right out of the gate, Jimmy, has got some who's, and right out of the gates, we have a stakes race to talk about, the Denny Hall Stakes in race 1 for Friday at Harrah's.
We do. There's a stakes race each day this weekend, so they're all the very first race. A little bit disappointing to see the short fields in it, but there are some quality runners in every race. We'll see the Nebraska-bred Fire Spitting Kitten taking on White Mountain here today in the Denny Hall Stakes, and White Mountain comes in from Louisiana for Eric Raymakers, and that's going to be really tough to beat. Fire Spitting Kitten doesn't have to face General Shipman, so we'll see how he fares against White Mountain today. But I think White Mountain should take that race.
All right, so as far as the racing is concerned today at Columbus, give us your best bet. Give us your long shot. What's on the card here today?
Well, the best bet today is going to come in race 3. It's a maiden race. The quality of that field, I shouldn't say this. I'm kind of sad, but it's not a very quality field. So therefore, we should see Knight's Valor, who has 11 starts this year, just can't seem to get the win. Has 11 second and third place finishes from 11 starts, and so Knight's Valor should be out winging it on the lead. Should be easily able to take that one. If we're looking for a long shot, I'm going to go all the way to the last race, and Gold Plus. That's kind of an interesting horse to be picking. Last time out, that horse broke really alertly against a really nice field. Only run about maybe an eighth of a mile. Appeared to get into a little trouble. Not sure whether it took a bad step or what. Didn't finish the race. Now I'm bringing it back as my long shot. And I do think the connections, they've had it out on the track. It looks ready to go again. They'll have Gold Plus ready to run. So I like Gold Plus in the 6th race today.
Jim, you mentioned Knight's Valor as your best bet with 11 starts and always kind of being the bridesmaid at the altar. Another horse that was had that similar distinction for a while was a horse that you and I are both on, and is back on the card on Saturday. And that's in the 2nd with OY Giggle. And we've talked about him before, and this is another race where I think OY Giggle is just a step above the rest of the class.
OY Giggle does look to be a step above. It's late in the year. This horse is still trying to break his maiden. Probably a name that's well-fitting, because every time I look at that horse, I think it should win. After the race, I just giggle to myself and go, how did he get me?
All right, so that's on the Saturday card. Are you willing to put that horse as your best bet on Saturday, Jimmy?
Probably not. That horse just seems to always find a way to lose. I've had him as my best bet before. I'm going to stay away from it today and try not to jinx him. For Saturday, I'm going to go straight to the stakes race. That's a tough race, but I look for, it's not my problem to be able to get out and set the pace. Hopefully slow down the front end there by being out on its own, being able to control that tempo and to carry on and get the win. That's in the Columbus Breeders' Special Stakes out there for Colts and Geldings 3-year-olds. And it's my problem. Last couple races, hasn't been on the top of his game, but it looks like he's ready to run again on Saturday.
Again, Jim Schleicher from the Nebraska Thoroughbred Racing Network joining us here, talking about the races coming up on the weekend card for Harrah's in Columbus, Friday, Saturday, Sunday card. Stakes races, each race first post time set for 5 for Friday and Saturday, 2 p.m. on Sunday. And Jim, should there be any changes in regards to the weather or anything like that, Nebraska Thoroughbred Racing Network, the Facebook group, a good place to go and get all that info.
We will. We'll post if there's any changes. We could possibly see an off track. I've kind of looked at those selections and figured them in that way. Sunday, that first race, 2 p.m. post time, is another stakes race, and that is a bang-up race. We see a horse called PR Stitch, who won over in Iowa, won a $70,000 stakes race over there, coming back to Nebraska to race again, undefeated until it faced Queen of the Den, and Queen of the Den is in that race. So we're going to see a bit of a grudge match here between those two. That's the only horse to ever beat PR Stitch. So that'd be a race that you'd want to come out and watch early on Sunday. So don't miss being there at 2 o'clock and miss that race.
All right, Jimmy, what is it, 2 weeks left of Columbus? Or is it 3 weeks left?
3 counting this weekend. Then we'll move on to South Sioux City and go to Attica for 1 weekend up there. But there's still some good racing. It's kind of nice out there. Columbus is one of the very nice family-friendly tracks. You can get right up close and personal, kind of like Bonner Park. Get right up to the rail and watch some really good racing out there.
All right, Jimmy, as usual, thanks for joining us here today. Going to be talking some Husker volleyball here right after you. I know you're a big volleyball fan, so you'll probably want to hang with us as Danny Busboom Kelly is going to be with us here. So we'll make way for her. Thanks for joining us, and we'll catch you again here real soon.
Well, I appreciate it, guys. Don't get me started on that volleyball. When I looked at the list where they had early predictions for Player of the Year, and Nebraska didn't even have one in that listing, even though we're number one. Kentucky had 3 and things like that. I do like that in a sense. I hope they're overlooking Nebraska and some of the players that we have, because we should have them on that watch list too.
All right, Jimmy, we'll talk to you real soon. Have yourself a good weekend.
Thanks, guys. Talk to you next Friday.
All right, Jim Schleicher from the Nebraska Thoroughbred Racing Network. He joins us each and every Friday to talk ponies, not only in the state of Nebraska, but also across the nation. 7:41, waking up with Mike and Tyson here this morning. This is Huddle Up on Extreme Sports. Nebraska volleyball will play their red-white scrimmage coming up on Sunday at Pinnacle Bank Arena, 3 o'clock. Starting time there. Danny Busboom Kelly is going to join us with a couple of comments here this morning. Obviously, the coach says that her team is getting ready to do something else besides practice.
We've been working really hard, like they said, and been trying some new things, but it is a veteran group, and we were together this spring, so going into 2 days, there wasn't anybody new. So they're ready to play in front of people and with something on the line. Even just putting on your jersey makes it feel a little bit different, even though it's a glorified practice. But we're definitely ready.
Huskers getting out of the gates. It's going to be busy, like for the first 11 days of the season. We're going to be playing in Dallas. We're going to be playing in Vegas. We've got that match at Wrigley Field in Chicago. So Danny says it's going to be a tough start to the season.
And we get asked a lot to do events, and as the sport of volleyball grows and more people are wanting to showcase the sport, there's a lot of options. But when Dallas came about, I thought that was so unique because it's exhibition. There's money on the line technically, but it is going to be more of introduction to the season. There's not pressure that wins or losses don't count for anything, so we'll be able to play a lot of people, and it'll be a great experience. And then piggyback that right into Vegas and kind of renewing the rivalry with Texas is really exciting for me. And I grew up in the Big 12 and played here in the Big 12, and so that Texas rivalry runs pretty deep, and thought it was a great call by both myself and Jarrett to renew that and showcase the sport even more. And they have everybody returning. We have most everybody returning. So it should be a really fun match. But there's some things, that came up later that we'd already scheduled some games. So it's pretty heavy, maybe heavier than I would have liked traveling the first 2 weeks. But at the end of the day, it's going to be good for us and gets us out of our comfort zone. A lot of different experiences that we'll be able to look back on later on in the season.
We also asked Danny about the number one ranking in the AVCA preseason poll.
It's just great recognition for us that how we finished last year, not how we wanted to, but that the coaches around the country, still consider us one of the best teams, especially to start the season. So appreciative of that. But, we're not really talking about it this year, probably as much as last year. It's just, it means less, I think, to this group this year than ever because it's the way we finished. So haven't talked about it a lot, but it's always, it feels good that other programs are recognizing us and the work we put in.
Huskers, of course, finishing 33-1 last year. They were 20-0 in conference play, but Danny says this will be a different team.
It honestly feels a lot different this year for me. Maybe it's because, I was so new last year and had a lot going on, but, this feels a little bit different. So I don't really look at last year like, okay, where are we continuing from last year? What are we doing piggybacking off last year? It feels like a new team. We still have great depth, but I think the margins are even closer this year than they were last year as far as starters, non-starters, who's going to contribute and what kind of roles players are going to carve out. And I think our staff has a little bit, we've been together now a year and a half and a little more cadence, and it just feels different. I'm not really looking a lot on last year. This team feels much different to me.
Again, some comments from Danny Busboom Kelly. She's the head volleyball coach at Nebraska as the Huskers get ready for their red-white scrimmage on Sunday. The coach talked also about what she hopes to accomplish during this early season stretch when we play in Dallas, in Vegas, and in Chicago.
Wins, and then I think just a little bit of what you call team bonding. I think it's going to be more than that, but it's like some shared experiences, and it's going to be hard. It's going to be hard on our bodies whether these games are sweeps or they go 5 sets, but traveling and getting on planes, and of course a lot of these are events, so we're going to have a lot more things to do besides just showing up for the game. And I think that'll be something we can look back on when you think about the NCAA tournament and even the Big Ten tournament, what's going to come along with those things on top of just playing. We're going to already have had a lot of experience with this group. And, whether these games, it's not the pressure of the NCAA tournament, but there's going to be pressure when it comes to eyes on us, TVs, cameras in our faces. So that's a different type of pressure that we're going to get to feel much earlier than we have in the past. And especially with some players that are going to have new roles and some new starters that are going to be feeling that for the first time.
And what about specifically the red-white scrimmage on Sunday? What's she looking for?
I want to be able to, I guess I've heard this already, put on a show for the fans. I think it's unique being at Pinnacle Bank Arena, and it'll be fun. And, I want to see some of those players I heard Andy and Harper talking about that made huge strides, show that in front of a crowd and while they're wearing the jersey. But I want to enjoy it, come out of that healthy, and just feel more invigorated for actual matches.
All right, so the volleyball season about ready to get underway. The starters this weekend with that red-white scrimmage at Lincoln, and then a tough early part of the schedule. Really looking forward to the early portion of the schedule for Nebraska as we got those tough road games down in Dallas and Vegas.
Florida to start, right?
Yeah, Florida to start, and then we play another game right after that in that Spikes for the Lights deal down in Arlington, Texas.
That's at Jerry World?
Yep.
Good on him. Good on him.
August 27th to start for Husker volleyball. So, all right, 7:48.
I do have news and notes to pass along. This one not exciting to pass along, but still need to do it. A legendary coach, 88-year-old LSU baseball great Skip Bertman, Stanley Skip Bertman, has passed away. Of course, he was really the pioneer for LSU rising to the top as the premier destination for college baseball, and has passed away. So, college baseball world mourning a little bit this morning.
Talking of coaches, Army has rewarded their head coach, their head football coach, Jeff Monken, with a new 5-year contract. He is 89-63 in 12 seasons at West Point.
His record is 89. I thought you said he was 89. I'm like, holy shit.
No, he's 89-63. He's won 89 games in 12 seasons at West Point. Army has reached the bowl game in 7 of the last 10 years. Hell, that's more than we can say. He took over a program that had one winning season in the prior 17 years before he got there. He's really turned things around at Army. So Jeff Monken receives a new 5-year contract at Army. And Miami men's basketball coach Jay Lucas has agreed to a new 5-year contract. He was in the first year of a 5-year contract, and after the first year, They gave him a new 5-year contract. He guided the Hurricanes back to the NCAA tournament in his first season with a program. They finished 26-9 last year. They beat Missouri in the first round of the tournament before falling to Purdue in the second round. And here's an interesting fact. Miami was one of only 9 schools to be among the final AP Top 25 poll in both football and in men's basketball.
9
for
schools?
The 2025-2026 season.
You said 9 schools?
9 schools.
Do you have them?
I don't have them listed.
Oh, you don't have the list. Okay, because I was going to try to play the guessing game.
I got a guessing game coming up for you.
Okay. I'll hold.
Yeah, but Miami is one of 9 schools among the top 25 in both men's basketball and football for the 2025-2026 season.
Who else?
So, all right. Rolling along here. Busy Friday, 7:51. You wake up with Mike and Tyson here this morning on Huddle Up.
It's time for a morning news break on Extreme Sports.
Well, busy weekend shaping up here in Hastings as Kool-Aid Days will return to Hastings this weekend, celebrating the city's claim as the birthplace of the iconic drink. The festival runs Friday through Sunday with events at the Adams County Fairgrounds, Hastings Museum, and Hastings Lake. The annual Grand Parade will step off downtown on Saturday morning at 10, followed by games, contests, food, and plenty of Kool-Aid. The year's theme is Rockin' Black Cherry. The celebration continues through Sunday with the 5K and the cardboard boat races among the favorite weekend activities. The Kool-Aid Days is held in conjunction with the Oregon Trail Rodeo in Hastings. That also taking place this weekend. 3 nights of professional rodeo action at the Adams County Fairgrounds. The PRCA-sanctioned event runs Friday through Sunday with performances beginning at 7 each night. Fans can watch cowboys and cowgirls compete in events, including bull riding, barrel racing, tie-down roping, and team roping. This year's rodeo also features major arena upgrades, including new bucking chutes, larger livestock holding pens, and new roping boxes. And that's the end of that story. So it's 7:52. Let's swing things back over to you. Mike, what's going down in sports?
Well, sports brought to you by Bamboo Mind and Body Spa of Hastings and Blue Hill, featuring the hydro massage, the cryo lounger therapy, and so much more. Stop in and see him today. Nebraska's Owen Chambliss has been named to the watch list for the Butkus Award, given each year to the nation's top college linebacker. He came to Nebraska from San Diego State during the offseason. He led the Aztecs last year with 110 tackles, 9.5 tackles for loss, and 4 quarterback sacks. Semifinalists for the 2026 Butkus Award will be announced on October the 28th, finalists on November 20th, and the winner will be revealed during the week of December the 7th. Nebraska volleyball holding their red-white scrimmage on Sunday at Pinnacle Bank Arena. First serve will be at 3. Hastings College volleyball team holding their crimson and white scrimmage on Saturday at Lynn Farrell Arena. First serve will be at 4. Nebraska Kearney graduate running back Isaiah Harris has made the Elite 100 watch list for D2Football.com. Harris was averaging 140 yards per game and 7.8 yards per carry when he suffered a season-ending injury in the 5th game of the 2025 season. And Lincoln East Carpetland opened up the American Legion World Series with a 4-2 win over Fairfield of California yesterday down in Shelby, North Carolina. East will play Tupelo of Mississippi on Saturday at 3 before facing White House of New Jersey on Sunday at 1 in the final game of pool play. That's a check in your sports headlines at 7:54 on Extreme Sports.
It's time for a morning weather update on Extreme Sports with Chief Meteorologist Tim Jones.
We start off Friday morning with a few ongoing showers and thunderstorms. Other than that, we'll clear out throughout the late morning hours and get to partly sunny skies with a high of 85. Friday night, we bring in more chances for storms. There is a marginal risk, 1 out of 5 on the threat scale. Large hail, damaging winds will be the threat once again, an overnight low of 68. 86 on Saturday, more chances for storms, another marginal risk Saturday into Saturday night. 65 Saturday night and Sunday, a high of 80.
We had about, they tell us, 2.5 inches of rain. Yeah, 2.5 inches of rain overnight here in the Hastings area. We still got some light rain showers, maybe some thunderstorms in the area. It's cloudy, though, in Hastings, 69 at Extreme Sports.
Accessible and affordable holistic care is just around the corner at Bamboo Spa and Wellness Center. Located at 208 South Burlington Avenue, Suite 101 in Hastings. At Bamboo Spa, we offer a range of therapies to help you unwind and recharge. Experience soothing massages, rejuvenating head spa scalp treatments, and our Advanced Glow 2 facials. Discover the healing power of ozone therapy and frequency healing. Become a member for exclusive 24-hour access to our therapeutic amenities, including the infrared sauna, hydro massage, and cryo lounge. Members enjoy 20% off all services and 10% off products in our non-toxic retail shop. Visit our Facebook page to learn more and book your appointment today. Bamboo Spa and Wellness Center, truly holistic care, designed for you.
Connet Auto Care is the trusted name in automotive repair and maintenance services in Hastings. We're a gold-certified Napa Auto Care Center. Our ASE-certified technicians have the Blue Seal of Excellence, receive continuous training, and are committed to providing the best service your vehicle can get. Whether it's preventative maintenance, major repairs, or just an oil change, Connet Auto Care is here for you.
Get ready, race fans. Cam Raceway is teaming up with Extreme Sports for an electrifying season of high-speed, dirt-slinging, adrenaline-pumping action. Every race night, we're bringing you live video coverage straight from the track, so you won't miss a single lap, pass, or photo finish. From non-wing warriors to cage karts, flat karts, and the A-class wing beasts, we've got it all. There's nothing like the roar of the engines, the smell of burning rubber, and the rush of dirt flying action right in front of you. So get to the track and experience it live. But if you can't make it, don't sweat. Extreme Sports has you covered. Buckle up, because this season is going to be fast, fierce, and unforgettable. Make sure you like and follow Extreme Sports on Facebook to get all the latest updates, and we will see you at the track.
All right, Mike Will, Tyson and Vronic huddle up on Extreme Sports. Again, there's supposed to be racing tonight at Cam Raceway in Hastings. 2.5 inches of rain overnight. Hopefully the track preparers are ready to go here today. We'll let you know on our social media sites whether or not the Cam will be running tonight. Of course, if you can't make the races, we'll have the live stream on our website at x-streamsports.com. Just go to the top of the page. The racing tab is up there. Follow the instructions, and you'll be able to watch the live racing action tonight at Cam right there from the comforts of your own home if you'd like to. So that'll be on our website later on.
Might be boat racing tonight.
Yeah, hopefully. Well, the weather's supposed to clear out, I think, later on.
A little bit this afternoon, yeah.
Yeah, so maybe the track preparers can get the track here ready to go. As you head off to work this morning, I thought this would be a great time to talk about the 10 unhappiest jobs in the world. As you head off to work this morning.
10 unhappiest. Let's see. Sewage?
Sewage?
If you work in like the city and you have to work on the sewer lines, I would consider that to be a pretty unhappy job.
Evidently, those people are happy. They're not on the top 10 list. I've got the top 10 list. I'll start off and help you out a little bit. Number 10 on the staff, or number 10 on the list is university staff.
Oh, really?
They say low pay, limited growth, and heavy workloads attribute to this. This is all based on workplace well-being
Okay.
And a satisfaction. So university staff is number 10. Retail workers comes in at number 9.
That would be up there. That would be up there. Service, I would have to think that food servers are got to be at the top. Waitresses, waiters.
Yeah, that could be up here. Number 8 on the list is legal professionals.
Really?
High billable hours and intense competition. Put them at number 8 on the list.
You make a lot of money, so stop bitching.
Yeah. Number 7 on the list is middle managers. Well, they're caught between leadership pressure and team burnout, so you're kind of the middle guy.
Basically, you have to do everything.
Yeah, that's not a good job.
Nope.
Then something called gig workers.
Sure. DJs. Like wedding DJs.
Oh, like this, like specialty type people.
Yeah, like for me, I would be considered a gig worker. I'm an MC, and I have the capability of doing stuff like that. But we have to get the people to hire us, and sometimes events turn into bigger things than we had originally bargained for, and next thing you know, we're basically putting on the event for them. I could see that.
Number 6, that was gig workers, income instability and no benefits.
0 benefits.
That's why they're on the list at number 6. Number 5 on the list, journalist.
Yep.
We're kind of grouped in that category, aren't we? Kind of.
Especially news journalists. You spend all the time trying to tell the truth, only to have the comment section tell you how bad you suck at your job.
Or it's fake news.
Fake news, blah, blah, blah.
Fake news after you just busted your butt to get the story, and then you got some guy telling you that's fake news.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, journalists are number 5 on the list. Low pay, job insecurity, and constant pressure. Job insecurity. Number 4 on the list is social workers.
Sure.
Heavy caseloads and emotional strain.
Mm.
Number 4 on the list of the unhappiest jobs in America. Number 4 was social workers. Number 3, customer service.
That would suck.
Constant complaints and demanding customers.
You work in
Number
returns
2.
at Walmart, you're not having a good day.
Yeah, you see that line backed up every day.
Yeah, no thank you.
And you know that everybody in the line is just going to bitch at you.
Mm-hmm. Airlines? Is airlines up there?
No.
Okay.
Number 2 on the list is healthcare workers. Long hours, emotional burnout, staffing shortages, like working at the hospital.
Mm-hmm.
Healthcare workers, number 2 on the list. And number 1 on the list, the unhappiest job in America.
Bar and restaurant.
When it deals with workplace well-being and satisfaction, number 1 on the list is not bar and restaurant.
Oh, wow.
And it may surprise you.
Okay.
Number 1 on the list, school teachers. Low pay, high stress, and lack of resources. Puts the school teachers at the top of the list of the 10 unhappiest jobs in the world, or in the nation at least.
You're at the wrong school. You have a phone call.
Yeah, Dan will just have to wait. Well, God, doesn't he know I'm still on the air?
Well, it must be a signal. Is that our signal to get off the air for a Friday?
He works for us.
Maybe he's calling in with a hot sale.
Yeah, maybe
you better answer.
All right. If you'd like to listen to the show again, had a lot on the show. Danny Busboom Kelly, the Nebraska volleyball coach, joined us, and we got comments from Jim Sliker from the Nebraska Thoroughbred Racing Network, and a lot of other stuff we chatted about today. If you'd like to listen to it again at your convenience, go to our social media sites and download the podcast and listen to the show again. Make plans to be here Monday, 7 o'clock starting time. Huddle up on Extreme Sports. A lot of things going on for the weekend. Get out and enjoy that. The Oregon Trail Rodeo, Kool-Aid Days going on in the city of Hastings as well. So get out and enjoy that stuff. Enjoy your weekend. We'll see you again on Monday. Have yourself a great weekend.
You've been listening to Huddle Up on Extreme Sports, Central Nebraska's new home for sports. Join us every weekday morning from 7 until 8 on Extreme Sports.
Absolutely believe that Ian Gary is getting completely overlooked. I absolutely believe he can win